Hey, welcome back to Hellblade Senua Sacrifice.
You need that sword. Go to where is it? Find it. There it
Well,
is.
this is a shard of that sword. It's one massive sword. How's this tiny little girl gonna pick that up?
Go to it. It's not safe. Don't go near it. Move closer. Go. Come on. What can you see? It's in your mind. You can see.
I want to tell you a story about a god of the Northmen called Balder. The second son of Odin. He was beautiful, good and wise. He was fair of feature, he spoke fair words, he gave fair judgments. Light shone from him. Only good things were told of him. Yet he was the first of the gods to die.
Admiring yourself much? There's a bridge to our right.
You've come this far, but the bridge is broken. There's no way you can fix it. What do you do now, Senua?
Another bridge on the other side.
Trust us. You want to see what the mask sees? No, she doesn't. Where are we? What is this? It's the same. It's
Beautiful.
world. The bridge. It's not broken. It's fixed. What happened? The bridge is fixed. Let's cross it.
Yep, I thought it would be locked. Probably an iron bar on the other side.
Dillian is ill. Don't forget. You can feel it.
We said we're not gonna do that again.
Open the gate. She can't. Open the gate. It's locked. Try harder. She can't. The gate.
What now?
She can't.
Gonna look through
She
the
will.
mask again. Hey, the mask is now looking from a different direction. Oh, now the gate's broken. Well, the walls around it is broken.
The gate is open. Go through the gate. Go through it. It's dangerous. Follow it. What's behind the gate? Where will it take you? It's not safe. Dillian. There he is. There he is. What are you waiting for? Quick, find a way. Find him. Go before he disappears. Dillian. Where is he? Where's he gone? We're in the wrong world. He's not here.
Oh, so you can only see him from the dark world.
In this world. He's in the other one. He's in the other one. He's in the dark world. The dark. The dark.
The world once seemed so simple. Black and white. Darkness and light. Narrow dividing lines of our own making.
Ah, there
Dillian
it
told her
is.
to see further. To peek through the cracks and see the worlds of colour stretching away from the gloom. And Senua explored new paths into the unknown.
The gods feast and rejoice and amuse themselves by throwing spears and stones at Balder, striking at him with sword and axe. But he comes to no harm, whatever they do. The gods never cease to wonder at this great marvel. But Loki shapes himself into a woman and asks Baldur's mother, is it really true that all things promise to keep him safe? I did not ask the mistletoe, Baldur's mother confesses. I thought it was too young. Oh dear.
Dillion saved you from them. Senua, you've got it.
Stairways up
Why isn't he here?
and a closed gate.
He's gone.
He's in the
You
dark.
can't go up
You
there.
can't
go up
Not
there.
in this world.
No, not in. He saw that she was strong. You can't. What does it feel like to be in love? Do you remember the way he stroked your hair? Do you remember the way he felt? He didn't believe that she was cursed.
Well, there's nothing out here.
When everyone else turned their backs.
He was the only one that didn't mind the curse. He loved her so much. Nobody will love her now. Can you remember what love feels like? Best of the thing she loves. She destroys the thing she loves.
I don't think I like the dark world very much. Come on, open the door.
You have blood on your hands. You are guilty. You will always be guilty. Was it worth it?
Oh wow.
There he is.
Where are you taking
He's
us?
up there. He's
Now
up
this whole place has changed.
there. How do you get up? There's a way. There is a way up there. Find the way. She can do it. You're nearly there. She find the way. Was it worth it? You're still alive and Dillion's
Loki makes a dart out of mistletoe and goes to the gods as they throw things at Baldur. The blind god, Huth, was there. Loki asks him why he wasn't taking pollen. Huth says, I cannot see where Baldur stands, and even if I could see him, I have no weapon. Loki replies, here is a wand. I will tell you where he stands. And Huth throws the mistletoe at Baldur. It pierces through him, and to everyone's horror, Baldur is killed. And for this, Huth is slain.
Oh, that Loki. We're trying to focus here.
He led you astray. You should have listened to your father when you had the chance.
Oh, it did work.
Listen to him. This
Okay.
love has tortured you, and it tortures me.
You are guilty.
Was it worth it? Everything gets broken in the end.
The Northmen tell how the gods mourned Baldur.
Believed in you.
His body was to be burnt on his ship, but they could not manage to push it into the sea and sent for a giantess to do it. She comes riding a wolf.
Years
Has
had
fight-
passed since she left her
Hey, we
father.
were listening there.
She trained hard alongside her friend. Dillian. She saw things no one else could. Patterns, shapes, movement. An intuition that made her an exceptional warrior. Friendship turned to love. But the shadow of darkness never let her go, and she was caught between two worlds. That of Zinbel and her past,
You squashed
and Dillian,
strangled
a future,
The curse cannot be.
two realities tearing at her soul.
The Northmen tell how the gods mourned Balder. His body was to be burnt on his ship, but they could not manage to push it into the sea, and sent for a giantess to do it. She comes riding a wolf and has vipers for her reins. She pushes Balder's ship into the sea with such force that the ground shakes and the rollers burst into flames. When Balder's wife sees his body carried onto the ship, her heart bursts with grief, and she dies. She's put next to her husband, and the pyre is lit, sending the dead to hell. But even so, the gods cannot accept his death.
Do you remember the way he looked?
Drop this one. Now there's a mask there, just want to see what else is in this room.
He was the only one she could trust. Could she trust him? Do you even remember? His love is guiding you.
Rita Stein now.
Do you remember the smell of his neck?
Overcome with grief, the gods send Hermod to ride to Hell and ask Hela to let Balder return home. All the gods are weeping, he says. Are they? Asks Hela. We shall see if he is truly missed. If everything in the world will weep for him, he shall go back to the gods. But if even one thing refuses, Balder stays with me.
Tree.
The gods send messengers everywhere. Weep for Balder, weep him out of hell. And everything wept. Men, beasts, earth, stone, trees, metal, everything. Except for a giantess they find in a cave. Balder was never my friend, she says. Let hell keep what she has. The Northmen say that the giantess must have been Loki in disguise.
Oh, that was very cruel of Loki. Okay, so we've got another gateway closed.
He didn't believe that she was cursed.
He saved you when everyone else turned their backs.
We opened all the doors. There's one of them. We've got to do it from the other side.
He was the only one that really loved her. He did love her.
Damn, now we lost that conversation.
He believed in you.
Got one here.
Wasting your
You have no time for this. Speed up.
These now the darkness is swallowing you both. Part of their game.
They've set you trials to distract you.
They've set you up, and now they're going to watch you fall.
What if these trials mean nothing?
Laughing at you.
What if they take you no closer to Dillian?
Dillian, and you're letting this get in the way.
What if they are just to tire you out, to make you weak before the battle?
Do you remember what it was to touch him?
What if this is pointless?
What are you doing?
Everywhere.
Everywhere.
What if they're not real?
What if they don't actually make sense?
If they're a true
The Northmen tell how the gods punished Loki for Baldur's death. They captured him and took him to a cave. They fetched his 2 sons and turned one into a wolf, and he ripped his brother apart. The gods used Loki's own son's entrails to tie him down, and turned these bonds to iron, and dangled a poisonous serpent over his face, so that its venom would drip onto him. Each time the venom drips onto Loki's face, he writhes in agony. The Northmen say that is the cause of earthquakes. A reminder, perhaps, that if even gods must accept death, then so must we.
Fitting punishment or not?
Touched you. You have no chance.
Nobody will love you again.
Ever again.
Found 2 ruins up there. Still 1 ruin short.
He's the reason she's alive at all.
No wonder. Must have missed this one earlier
Remember
before we
Dillian.
went up.
What do you remember?
Do you remember the sound of his voice?
Oh, here we go.
What if they're all about wasting your time, just delaying minute by minute by minute? What does she think she's doing? You're special. They mean nothing. Being special.
Damn, these voices in her head are nasty.
Gods are just playing,
What if the gods are laughing?
messing with her. It wouldn't be the first time.
Dillian!
Be very, very careful.
Dillian never much cared for the underworld, and looked dimly upon the druids, like her father, Zinbel. I guess he took after his father, a chieftain who believed nothing he couldn't see, and he happened to be blind. She felt safe in Dillian's arms, learned to see the world through his eyes. And slowly, the darkness that had bound her so tightly began to unravel.
Be quick. Be quick. Careful. Breathe. Breathe.
Why would you do that?
It's your fault. He's disappeared. You've lost him to the sea. He's gone. You've lost him to the... He's gone to the water. He's drowned.
Senua. Your father cannot understand your darkness. He cannot see through your eyes. No one can. My own father was born blind. Doesn't have the faintest idea of what the night looks like. The word dark to him means as little as the word light. So someone is afraid of the dark. Should we fix them by taking away their sight? Would you give up the beautiful world that you, and only you, can see just to be rid of your nightmares? Or is this the price you pay for the gift you have? A gift that makes you so special in my eyes. Just another part of the person I love.
I left for the wilds to protect you from my darkness. Because I love you. But it made it worse. I'm so sorry.
Okay, that's our first trial done.
It's done.
You did it.
But there's more. There's more.
You're tired, but you have to keep going.
There's still more.
There's always more to do.
It's not going to be
Please
easy.
remember to follow Rob on FunFamilyGaming at Twitch TV.
Can you do another one?
Like and subscribe, and as always, have fun.
She hasn't got the energy.
Bye.